Deep within the heart of the ancient forest, a young hunter named Ikenna made a choice that would change his life forever. Tempted by the power of the gods, he stole something that was never meant for mortals, and now, he must face the wrath of the divine. But, what if he can still redeem himself? Stay tuned to discover if Ikenna can right his wrong before it's too late. In a small village, nestled deep in the heart of the forest, lived a brave hunter named Ikenna. He was known far and wide for his skill in tracking animals. Every day, he ventured into the forest to hunt for his people, providing food and protection. Ikenna is seen walking through the dense forest, following the tracks of a large animal. The trees are tall, and the air is thick with mystery. As he walks deeper into the forest, he comes across an ancient, hidden temple. He approaches cautiously. One day, while hunting deep in the forest, Ikenna stumbled upon an ancient temple. The air was heavy, and the place seemed alive with power. It was said to be the home of the gods, where no mortal had ever dared to enter. Ikenna pushes the doors open. Inside, golden statues of gods and goddesses shine brightly. A large, glowing chest sits in the middle of the room. Ikenna's eyes widened in awe. Inside, Ikenna found a chest filled with treasures, golden jewels, precious stones, and a glowing fruit that seemed to sparkle with magic. He had heard stories of how the gods rewarded those who were brave enough to face their trials. But greed clouded his judgment. Ikenna reaches for the glowing fruit, a beautiful apple-like object. As his fingers touch it, the air grows colder, and strange whispers fill the room. Without thinking, Ikenna reached for the glowing fruit. He had heard the elders warn about the gods' treasures, but his desire for power and wealth made him ignore the warnings. As soon as he touched the fruit, the temple began to shake, and dark clouds filled the sky. The gods appear as massive, shadowy figures, their eyes glowing with anger. Thunder rumbles in the background as the gods speak in thunderous voices. Mortal, you have stolen from us. You have broken the sacred rule. For this, you must face our wrath. Ikenna falls to his knees, trembling. He looks up at the gods, fear in his eyes. Ikenna realized too late the weight of his mistake. The gods were powerful, and their anger was swift. But it was not only his life at stake, it was the life of his village as well. The gods warned him that if he did not return the fruit, great misfortune would fall upon his people. Ikenna races back to the temple, carrying the glowing fruit. The sky is dark, and the wind howls. The god's presence lingers in the air as he arrives at the temple. With great fear and regret, Ikenna made his way back to the temple. The journey felt long and cold, but he knew it was the only way to save his village. He returned the fruit to the chest, apologizing for his greed. The gods appear again, their forms less threatening this time. The storm begins to come, and sunlight breaks through the clouds. Gods calmly. You have returned what was taken. Your heart is filled with regret, and you have learned your lesson. We shall forgive you, but remember this, greed will always lead to loss. Said the gods calmly. Ikenna returns to the village, where people are celebrating. The sun is shining, and life goes back to normal. Ikenna has changed, his eyes are wiser, and he walks with a sense of humility. Ikenna returned to his village, forever changed by the wrath of the gods. He had learned that some things in life are not meant to be taken, no matter how tempting they may seem. From that day on, he became not just a hunter, but a wiser man who taught his people to never forget the lessons of the past. The village became peaceful, happy people living their lives. Ikenna is seen teaching young hunters about respect for nature and the gods. And so, the village thrived in peace. Ikenna's story became a warning to all who heard it. Greed can blind even the bravest of hearts, but redemption is always possible for those who seek it. And so, Ikenna learned that greed comes with a heavy price, but redemption is always within reach for those willing to change. His journey reminded us all that some treasures are too powerful for mortals to hold, and the greatest lesson of all is to respect the forces beyond our control. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May you always remember that true wisdom comes from knowing when to walk away, not just from temptation, but from your past mistakes. Comment on the comment section below and tell us what you think about the story. Don't forget to like and follow for more interesting stories like this one.